when the Hawthorne family moved into their grandmother's old house in Cedar Falls. They expected dust, cobwebs, and forgotten memories. They found all of those things, but they also found something else. Something tucked away in a small wooden chest in the attic, an heirloom that didn't just hold memories, it seemed to rewrite reality itself. It was a simple silver locket, tarnished with age. Inside, a faded photograph of a woman they didn't recognize. That first night, Emily Hawthorne placed it on her nightstand, a curious piece of family history. But when she awoke, something was different. At first, she thought it was just a trick of the light, the way the morning sun hit the silver. The woman in the photo, her eyes seemed clearer, a little more focused. Emily dismissed it, but the next morning, the woman's faint smile had widened just a fraction, and the morning after that, a single strand of hair was out of place. Each day brought a tiny, almost imperceptible shift, as if the image inside the locket was alive. Then, one night, as Emily held it in the candlelight, she heard it a faint metallic click, followed by a whisper so soft she thought she'd imagined it. A single, chilling phrase, "Let me out." The subtle changes were no longer so subtle. The family's unease grew into a quiet dread that settled over the old house like a shroud. At night, they'd hear a low, almost electronic hum coming from Emily's room, emanating from the locket on the nightstand. Lights would flicker, shadows in the corners of their eyes would dart and retreat. Sometimes, when the humming was loudest, the photo inside would change dramatically. The woman would appear younger, then older, aging and de-aging in a silent, looping horror. And then, one terrifying evening, the photo wasn't of the woman at all. It was a dark, featureless silhouette standing in a familiar room, the very room Emily was in. The locket wasn't just showing them the past. It was showing them something that was with them right now. What was it trying to tell them? What did it want? Driven by a mix of fear and desperation, they began digging into their family's history, searching for the woman in the photograph. An online archive of old local newspapers gave them their first real clue. A headline from 1912, "Evelyn Hawthorne Missing." Evelyn, their great-great-aunt. The article described her as a recluse who vanished without a trace from the very same house. The last item she was reportedly seen with was a silver locket, a gift from her late husband. As the family read the brittle, digitized words, a ghostly image of Evelyn, taken from an old family portrait, seemed to smile faintly from the screen. Some heirlooms don't just carry memories. Some refuse to be forgotten. That night, they decided it had to end. They gathered around the hearth, the fireplace casting long, dancing shadows across the living room. The plan was simple: destroy the locket, break its hold on their lives. As her father held it over the flames with a pair of tongs, the locket began to glow with a faint, cold light. The humming returned, louder than ever before. Just as he was about to drop it into the fire, the locket shot upwards, hovering in the air before them. The photo inside began to morph rapidly, no longer showing Evelyn, but their own faces one after another, each with an expression of pure terror. Then a sudden, deafening silence. The crackling fire was snuffed out in an instant, plunging the room into darkness. The Locket had made its choice. It wasn't leaving. The Hawthorns left, they packed what they could and fled the house in Cedar Falls, leaving the Locket behind on a dusty table in the empty living room. A week later, a cleaning crew was sent in. As one of the workers wiped down the furniture, his cloth brushed against the small silver object. He picked it up, curious, and clicked it open. He expected to see a faded, old-timey photo. But smiling back at him from inside the tarnished frame was his own face. The Locket didn't leave with the Hawthorns. It just found a new home.